Hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This is Crusader Kings 2, a strategy game from Paradox similar to the Total War series. And my main goal is to take over the known world. This is a complicated game, so I'm just going to assume that you guys hopefully have some familiarity with it, because it would take a super long time to cover. If you don't, sorry. You could always look up a tutorial. Hopefully, at some point in the future, I will make one, because I consider myself pretty solid at the game. But the best way to learn is to get your hands on it, play it, and watch the hours go by while you are completely absorbed. At least that's what happened to me. The start we're playing is a start provided by the Old Gods expansion. We are a Norse pagan and the petted king of Sudrayar, which are these dark blue territories here, and this army. Normally, this start would be King Ivar the Boneless, but I used another add-on, the Ruler Designer, to create my own ruler, which is King Cheesekaiser. We gave some past inheritable traits like Genius, Midas Touch, so I could educate my children, and some just random other traits so we could even out his age, because once you get older than 40, you have a very low chance of having children, which is important in this game, so we can pass on our dynasty. Because if we don't pass on our dynasty, if we don't have children, if we don't have a relationship, and if we die just randomly, we would lose the game. So, you start in a war over England, war for England rather, with Northumberland and East Anglia down here. You start with a relatively large army for this point of the game. Really only a few larger states, like maybe Umayyad could, the Byzantines could definitely match the size of the army, but it's just beginning bonus. It's pagans can use a de jure claim to gather up a large army in order to invade a territory that's moderately sized, which Northumberland is. So when we go, we want to start out by picking our ambition, which should always be to get married, because you can't have children without getting married. Let's find a wife. Let's look for... Let's look down here in the find characters, because this will give me more options. We want a woman. No, not married, an adult, my religion and my culture, and we want to search all instead of Rome. Let's find someone with good stewardship skill, good diplomacy, so they can help us with our state. Honestly, this woman, 16-year-old girl marrying a 40-year-old is kind of creepy, but, you know, Middle Ages and all that. She's also a genius, and genius, the little heart, is inheritable, so she honestly looks like quite a good candidate to be my wife. She's not any sort of royalty, so getting married to her will lose us some prestige, but I'm not really concerned with it, because the stats she gives would more than make up for it. Alright, now we found a wife. In a few days they'll give an update saying she accepted our invitation to get married. Let's choose our council. Well, choose them, they're already chosen for us. Let's see if there's a better marshal than him. Oh, there is. Yeah, let's make him, he's leading troops, okay. So we can't assign him a job, but this person we can fabricate a claim, which will give us a reason to go to war over a county. Since we're pagans, we really should only fabricate claims against other pagans, which would be, you know, over here in, you know, Scandinavia. And we should look for important territories, which a very important territory is a territory that holds a holy place. There are 5 holy places for each each religion. For the Norse, it's this territory, which are both controlled by Catholics, which means I can just take over them whenever I want. Whenever I want. Excuse me, I need a drink. Alright. But these places are controlled by Norse, which means we can only take them if we make a claim on them or if we subjugate the entire populace, which we can only do once in our ruler's lifetime. So I'm just gonna take my Chancellor and fabricate a claim on Jayland. I can't pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try anymore. So he has a pretty high diplomacy skill, so every year we have a 18.4% chance to get a claim on that, which is pretty darn high, honestly. Our steward, normally you want your skills to be 14 or more. 12 is on the borderline, but we don't really have anyone better, so I guess he is going to go to my capital and research economy tech. My spy master should go study technology. Yeah, he should go steal a technology. Whatever. France, it's fine. And my seer should research cultural tech in my capital. My capital's up here. It's not a great territory. Once I've taken over a few more counties, I'll probably move it to a better place. Let's go back into looking at realms. And let's get started with the war. Alright, we're at war with Northumberland. And this is an invasion war. So if we win this war, we will gain whatever counties we have sieged. So we'll siege them. Let's first appoint better leaders for our army. Like Bjorn, looks like a good leader. After that, there's not much. Heavy infantry leader increases your heavy foot troops, but lowers your mounted troops. Not really worth it. I'll just go with Sigtrig. Close enough. Better generals. Jorvik, this county here, is also at war with the same territories of Northumberland, so it's kind of a competition to see who can gather up the most territories, or who can siege the most territories. Because whatever territories he initially sieges, he gains instead of me. But my army is like twice the size of his, and we don't really fight. We're kind of allies in this war, but only externally. I'm not really worried about England because the forces they can gather aren't much of a match for me. And let's speed up the time a little bit. And unpause. Someone was trying to spread Catholicism. We captured them and put them in jail. That's good. Later we can... Alright, our wife has got married. Let's get prestige back from it. What was I saying? Normally we can only siege by sitting here, and over time they lose a certain percentage of their morale, and when their morale reaches 0, you win. But since we have a large enough force, we can just assault the holding, which is kinda... it takes off... You get into battle with the defenders, but since there aren't much defenders, it won't be a bigger problem. So we're gonna hit that. And while we're at it, we are going to... we fulfilled our ambition. We're going to pick a new ambition. Our new ambition should be... Have a son is a good one, because we'll need a son to pass on our dynasty, or a daughter. Son is preferable, though. Become exalted among men. If we have at least prestige, we'll get that. Which, honestly, I think these two wars, winning them, will give us that prestige. So I'm just going to click on that one. Alright, we're sieging this territory. Yeah, as you can see, it happens really... Normally, it doesn't happen nearly that fast. Jorvik's army is going up somewhere. I bet they're going up to fight a different army. Forces of Ireland are trying to merge, but I'm not too worried. Siege just won some more. Took another holding. Yeah, they're fighting that army. They should win. If they don't win, that's fine by me. It just means they can get less territories. Alright, the solid bar means we have taken over the entirety of that territory. As you can see, we've lost like 2,000 men from that, but it's not really that big of a deal. Gorvik is sieging this territory, so if we join them, I believe they will just... Yeah, if the siege is won, they will control it, which is not what I want, so we'll come up here. Again, if that siege is won, they control it. So we'll keep on moving, get into a little battle here that I'm unconcerned with, because we'll stomp them, just outnumber them 10 to 1. We'll start sieging this land. It's fine by me if they only take over Cumberland, but if they get Cumberland and whatever territory that is that Eastmoreland maybe? Westmoreland. It's not that big of a deal. Kind of starting from behind though. So, alright, my wife is pregnant. That's very good. So that means if we die, at least we will have... Well, if we don't die in the next 9 months, that is. At least we will have someone to pass the title on, and we won't immediately lose. Though we could lose if that child then dies, because that's always possible too. Oh, fight another siege. We're still losing people at a rapid rate, so... Alright. A couple more sieges should be enough to... I should probably stop doing this, because we are losing a lot of men. At this point, we should stop assaulting the holding. Normally, you want about 10 times the attackers that you have defenders, which we have more of. But the higher the defenders are, the more losses your army takes. And my army is looking pretty low at this point. My young wife has taken a passion for romantic poetry. She keeps reading. Alright, so she'll gain lustful, which will increase her fertility, have more children. But having too many children is not a good thing. Have too many children, especially under pagan, where the succession is all your children inherit equally. If you have too many children, you risk losing like half of your lands upon your death. You can always assassinate your future brothers, I guess they would be, to get them back, but it's a lot of hassle. And you don't really want it. Alright, so if we do that, we gain piety. Let's just give her lustful. That's fine. Let's continue sieging. They lose some morale. We won that siege. All that's important is to gain the initial siege, because if you gain the initial siege, you will... the initial strikes, like say Northumberland here. Now we could come down here, just take one, the county capital, and we would gain the territory. But they would get to pick who rules the smaller holdings in the county, and I don't really want that, because it's my experience that they tend to pick Catholics for some reason. I don't really understand why, but I don't want to deal with it. So we're just going and we're taking the initial holding. Maybe we'll kill this army here. Ugh, it looks like they're gonna gain. Oh, I guess they're going into battle. That's fine by me. Because now we should be able to dominate these sieges pretty well. It looks like we're going to be gaining all these territories except for Cumberland, which is fine with me. We'll take it later. I believe Cumberland is part of a de jure duchy that I will control. Let's see. Yeah, de jure. Yeah. Because I'll have Northumberland and Durham. So we'll have a claim on that anyway, and we can go to war for it in the future. Not a big deal. What is a big deal, though, is my army is taking an awful lot of losses. Oh, it looks like they joined in on the attack. Well, thank you, I guess. That's handy. As you can see, we have 100% war score. And since we control all of this, I believe that we'll gain the holdings and them too. 100% war score just means that if you... Oh, our territory is up here in siege, that's a problem. If you have 100% war score, you can enforce your demands and they have no option but accepting them. We are totally beaten. Apostrophe. I don't know what the apostrophe is for. Whatever. So let's just offer them peace. Alright. And we control all these lands. Let's see. Yeah, we gained the holdings too. So I guess sieging them completely wasn't that big of a deal, but just if they sieged a portion of it, they would gain control. So I just wanted to make sure. Might not have been the best of ideas considering that our army is about half the size that it started. We have this Irish people assaulting. No big deal. We'll just come down here and take East Anglia now. Our holding size, or argument size, which is the number of holdings you control, is too big. So we will need to get vassals for pretty much all of these holdings. Well, let's decide right now what we want to be our future capitals. Do we want... Jorvik is nice. Norfolk and Suffolk. Down here. Maybe we'll take London. Maybe we'll take this Middlesex as our future capital. It'll take a while to gain it because we'll have to go to war individually, but not a big deal. We can live for the time being with this being our capital. And honestly, I want to not have our marshal leading troops anymore. So let's just make Bjorn and Stryker our marshals. Sound good. Or no, let's make them lead our army and have him research military tech up in our capital. Train troops is alright too, because it increases the amount of levy size you have, but I feel getting some technology bonus is for the best. Alright, yeah, let's find some vassals to control these lands. These minor holdings aren't a big deal. Their leaders basically have no power, so you can just come and you can randomly create a new vassal for them. It just spawns a random unit, usually of your culture, pretty much always of your culture and your religion. So you do this for all of these. Your main leader also should never hold towns or temples, cities or temples, because he's a feudal king and he's really inefficient. He can hold capitals and baronies though, and that's pretty much what you want to stick to. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal if you need a lot of money, because cities give you more money than anyone else, but I don't expect money to be a big of a problem. Now you created vassals for all these. You can't do this for capital. You can only do it for minor baronies. You can only create baronies and own minor baronies. So, no big deal. Alright, let's find the characters. Let's find some suitable vassals for our cities. I'm going to search our realm for men, because this is Middle Ages and we're sexist. Yes, we want them to be my religion and my culture. We don't want them to be in a great house. Because what a great house means is someone in that family owns territory. And when you have two people in one family owning different territories, it can get a little problem. That can be a problem. Because your vassals will get too powerful and will... Really not a good thing. Doesn't really matter to me if they're married. So let's just hit any. Ruler, we don't want them to be a ruler already. And we can just sort by their skill. High stewardship is important. High diplomacy is good. You can select high, really anything. High intrigue you don't really want unless they really, really like you. Because if they have high intrigue, they can plot to kill you. But also, if they really like you, if they have high intrigue, if you have a plot within your realm, they can provide a lot of plot points for it. So it's a two-sided sword. I'm just going to stick with stewardship because they get more money and cause your territories to grow. But what we want, we actually want to go, we only need 3 right now. So let's give one to Sigfjord. Let's grant him the county of Northumberland, it's fine. And let's go. He was in a great house, so oh wow. Number of available vassals dropped dramatically. This is ambitious. Stay away from that. He has high diplomacy, and that's great. But ambition is very bad because your vassals will want your lands. Let's just give you Teviotdale. It's fine. It's not a big deal what you give them. And let's give you your content, which is really nice because you'll always love me. And let's give you Dunbar. Sure. Good enough. And giving them makes them like us now. So they're happy. Actually, let's take a look at our other vassals. Oh, some of them, these 2 guys, are not very happy with us. So let's just, because of short reign, that makes sense. Because we created our new king, it kind of just started him as day 1. And if you're pagan, if you have a short reign, your vassals don't really like you, and they usually want to take over your land. But this isn't a big deal, just -5. We can give him an honorary title. We can make him a herdman. And he likes us now. Buy a title, I don't know. Seem to be really easygoing. This one has 10, so we need a better title. Give him cupbearer. Now they all like us. Oh, we got a daughter. Not great. Not horrible either. We can marry off our daughters. Oh, and she is a genius. So she did inherit the genius trait. I would prefer it to have been a son that inherited the genius trait, but a daughter is fine as well. We can marry her off to another ruler. Maybe inherit some titles, gain some more land. Maybe Aslandet or future Sweden. I'm not even going to try. Or future Denmark. Aslandet is usually future Norway. It doesn't always work this way. But usually this county, and this county gain most of the control. Let's move on. Speed up time. Come down here and... oh, there's a mighty big army. So... do we really want to deal with that? At this moment, no. So let's position ourselves. They are heading to Derby. So really, at this point, the only way we can win... well, we can just win by luck. But we can increase our odds of winning by positioning ourselves so that they have to cross a river to attack us. Or... if they are if we are defending in a wooded or hilly territory. Which, honestly, I'm not sure. Rivers, you can see on the county screen, it says, say a river flows between this province and Leicester. That means if you're attacking from Leicester and here, you're going to take a negative hit. We kind of want to just ignore them for right now, because I don't want to deal with all that. And we're just going to come down here in Norfolk and hopefully siege them quicker than they siege us. The king of the Magyars almost has decided to settle down in the Carpathian Basin. This is irrelevant to what we're doing. You get some of those notices. They're just historical notices. Usually they're irrelevant. I don't tend to worry about them much. I feel like we should stop assaulting their territories because it's giving us a lot of hits, and we are sieging pretty quickly just on our own. 37.7 every 12 days. But they are also sieging quickly. Hopefully we siege faster than them. Or hopefully Jorvik just comes to my aid and is like, hey, we're gonna fight you in a suicide attempt. But alright. Not too long, just 24 days and that should be over. Alright, we won that siege. Come down here, hopefully win this siege. And then if we need more, we can see what we can do about that army. Because they're about to win that siege too. Hopefully this gives us... Oh, okay, 86% war score. That's not good. Maybe they'll accept our peace. No, they will not. Okay. So right now, we need to destroy this army to win the war. And I don't know if we can do it. We can destroy this army for sure, though. Someone wants to be my new seer. Let's see how their learning status. 16 compared to 20. Oh, but he's also ambitious. He owns a temple. Alright, you're my new seer. Congratulations. I wonder if one of those people I gave would make a better leader for my army. Oh, for sure. Dog is a better leader. Well, just by a little. Not a noticeable difference. For that battle, we might have to raise our levies. Let's chase these guys down. I hope we see we take a negative hit for attacking over the river. Not a big deal. A young wife is once more fertility. Sure. Have more fertility. My young wife is a whore would be a nice way to put it. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We need everything we can for this, so maybe we can raise some vassal levies, I'm thinking. There's only gonna be like 900 there. Raise personal levies. Okay. Well, that could be worse. That's a good 1,000. That'll help somewhat. Oh, we lost a siege. Oh, man. So all of a sudden, things have gone a little poorly. Not the worst ever it could go, but certainly not great. We just need to take back these sieges. And once we do that... Oh, let's actually see if we can get here before they get there. 28th of October, when can we get there? 6th of November. Sorry, Jorvik, you're just gonna have to take the sacrifice. We want to unsiege our own lands. At this point, they have a better... Oh, they're not even attacking. Well, thanks a lot, Jorvik. Thanks for nothing. Let's see if we can take these sieges really quickly and get 92%. Is that enough? No, that's not enough. Alright, so we need to get a better... We need to see if we can just take it all in one go. First, let's see what kind of terrain we're dealing with here. Plains, so they don't get any kind of defense bonus. We outnumber them by a little. By 600. What we really need to do is get the best marshals we can. So that means our marshal needs to stop making troops, and come here and lead the center of our army. Bjorn. And what's the next best guy? Certainly not me. Don't ever let your king lead your armies, because he'll die. Well, he won't for sure die, but there's a good chance of him dying. It's just a risk you don't ever need to take. Alright, let's see if we can win this battle. I'm hoping that we can. Let's see what we can do. Maybe they'll... Alright, let's see. This is us, this is them. Oh, I don't think we're gonna win. Oh, that's not good. That's real bad. We lost. Okay. Well, and that pretty much lost us our entire army. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get any mercenaries to help out. Oh, that's a lot of gold for not enough. Let's just... I kind of failed there. I don't normally fail that badly, but I guess luck just wasn't on our side this time. Let's just see if he takes white piece. Yes, he takes white piece. We lose... No. This is so bad. This is so awful. But I don't know what to do. This will... Oh my god, stop going there. This will set me back really far. That was really a mismanaged battle, honestly. That was really badly mismanaged. But we can deal with it. We can work with it. We just need to figure out what we have to do. Well, let's send our guy up here. Hopefully he doesn't get attacked on his way. We need to do something, anything to... Oh, we got a son. Alright, that's good. Our son is genius. Alright, so he is the perfect heir for our throne. Alright, treachery, intrigue, advances. They're sieging really a lot. So... we're gonna have to hire some mercenaries. See what we can do. 4,000. That'll give us 6,000. That's something. Could be worse. And they just keep getting more armies. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. We can raise those liege levies, but that's not 9 troops. Isn't gonna make any difference. Hopefully. We're at war with so many people is the problem. All of their allies have joined in on the war. And they all basically want to kill me. Because I am heathen scum. We lost another siege. It's so important that we don't lose all these sieges before they get 100%. Then we are forced to surrender, and that is terrible. That is like worst case scenario. But honestly, we have a significant force. It costs a lot of money because, you know, mercenaries. Let's find a good place to stand and fight. A good territory, because they're gonna have to take on this army eventually. So if we have the terrain advantage, plains, if we have the terrain advantage, we can certainly win this war. We do outnumber them. There's no rivers here. There's a river here between Teviotdale, Dunbar. Dunbar is where? Up there. Teviotdale is there. And between Cumberland. So if he attacks from here, we won't get any sort of advantage from it. Let's see what we can just lure him into doing. He'll get there 12th of August. We'll get there 15th of August. Well, I guess here's where we will make our stand. Oh look, there's a better unit to lead. Let's search our realm again for any. No good marshals. I was just hoping maybe there was someone with good martial skill there to take over. And let's see what happens. Actually, you know what? Let's just end the episode there. Leave it on a cliffhanger. Next episode, we will see who win this battle. Yeah, because I can speak English. Who wins this battle? So I guess that'll be it for today. So, if you have any tips that would help improve my play, my quality, or my dialogue, please leave them in the comment section. You know, like a total scumbag, I'm gonna ask that you like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed it to see more. And I hope you will join me in the next video. See you later.